Now, a lot of people may find this video disturbing, but the question here is this. Is your father actually resting in peace? Is your mother resting in peace? Your brother, is he resting in peace? Mohbad, is he resting in peace? Mr. Ibu, is he resting in peace? All the rest, Junior Pope, and people that we've lost in our life, are they truly resting in peace? Do you know that the gods can actually punish people who carelessly die? Meaning, an avoidable death you decide to put yourself in. Or, when you carelessly endanger yourself and it leads to you dying, you can be punished for it. Do you know why some people die smiling? And do you know why some people die with their eyes open? Do you know why some people die with their eyes closed? My grandmother was to die. He called the brother. He requested her body be massaged. And after taking her bath herself, and then he lied down on the bed, told the brother to just massage her hand. Not that the room bed, just there outside, just around the parlor there to just rest. As the brother was taking the cream inside, the brother heard, he turned and found out that my grandma was no longer breathing. And that was a woman who died without bending. A woman who died about 109 or 14 or 11. I always forget the years. When she was to die, she requested, I want to see Victor. If I don't see Victor, I will not die. She lingered for 7 days. I didn't go. I was busy. And when she was to be buried, I didn't go. Because she was waiting for me. If I come, she was going to do me harm. Your ancestor can do you harm for being bad. And then I did an appeasement. I summoned her spirit and I begged. And she forgave me. You know what my mother said, my grandmother told me? She said, don't worry, I will visit you again. And when I come, you will know it's me. And then marriage, wahala came, marriage came, and marriage failed. Everything was failing. I found myself in Lagos. And then I met my current wife. Do you know, even up to 17, 18, 20, I would visit my grandmom from secondary school and I would be sucking my grandmom's. I would be sucking my grandma's. You understand? In old age, we are still standing in old age. We are still succulent. I'm talking about between 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. And I was in a year. Myself and my friend would drive there, we would chop a goosey, I would suck my grandma's breast. Her skin was flawless, was shining, beautiful, kind-hearted. And so I met my wife. And the first day I met my wife, I looked at her body and I said, why does your body look like my grandmother? Very clear ahead. I told you I was going to come back. I will stay with you. Don't say I'm staying with my grandmother. No. I'm telling you the connection I have with my grandmother. Your grandmother may die and come back because there are some things that are yet to be done or fulfilled. And yes, among all my grandmother's children, some of them watching me today, you will not know this. Even my mother will be surprised. I was the only son. My grandmother did a special traditional ritual that if my mother had known, then would have caused problem. He did it on this finger and on this finger. And a word was said, no word of a man can affect me. So even if my mother raised and hold her breast and curse me, it will not happen. Rather, when you raise your voice against me, it backfire. And do you know what they use in doing it? They use the teeth of a python. You know python, this poisonous python, a matured python. 2, they use the poison from the python and the 2 teeth on this finger. Pam, pam, and on my 2 legs. Pew. That is it. Till today, you speak bad against me. And then that is it. And then a drop of it, they mixed it with bitter leaf and some other things. and they put it on my tongue, from that day, the things I literally say come to pass. Except you have resentment towards me. Even as you are watching me, if I am happy and I bless you, it will come to pass. It will come to pass. Why am I saying this? The gods can punish people for dying carelessly. What is it by dying carelessly? Where you are not supposed to enter. You are for me, Jesus is behind me. You are for me, Amadioha is behind me. You are for me, Adomakoma is behind me. Isis is behind me. I'm the daughter of Mat. I'm the son of Ra. I'm the son of Horus. I'm the right man hand of Thoth. I'm the son of Uzih. I'm the daughter of Rezi. I'm the son of Kande. I'm the son of Uboma. He go down you, Uboma go disappoint you. Uboma go tell you, you just kicked against Rezi. In the land of the gods, you have to respect the gods you worship. And when you die carelessly, they will punish you. So how do you know if your father is resting in peace? How do you know if your brother is resting in peace? When people die, the next thing is rest in peace. Rest in peace. Are they actually resting in peace? I've communicated with the dead. I've spoken with them. I have visited the land of the dead and I have come back. Some of you will say, what is this man saying? Yes, no one go to the land of the dead and come back. So when I said I visited it, I did not die and get there and came back. There is a place that you are allowed to stand. If you exceed that place, you can't come back to life again. That is the place most people get to, and you guys call it the near-death experience. You are able to communicate. You are aware of yourself physically, but you are able to communicate with what people in the other side. But when you communicate with people on that side, it's not everybody there you see. You are always permitted to see your great-grandparents, most times your grandparents, or the seventh one is the one that visits you. And if you have been accosted or you've experienced near-death experience and you met your seventh great-grandfather, it means you are born natural as a deity among men. Yes, as a deity among men. So the question here is this: how do I die carefully? You die carefully by doing what? Doing the right things, avoiding things that you know nothing about, and seeking wisdom from those you know, from those you know have knowledge of those things you know nothing about. I can see a corpse of a person and I will tell you if the person is resting or not. How do you know if your ancestors are resting? How many of you discovered that your mother died, your father died, and you did the burial just immediately after the burial of that person? Doors opened for you. It means that person you buried is resting in peace. And how do spirits rest in peace? In the spiritual realm, when you leave the land of the living to the land of the spirit, like I said, your scorecard is your destiny. If you lead a great destiny, it elevates your status in the spiritual realm. In the spiritual realm, there are no families, there are no brothers, there is no love, there is no hatred. There is only power and worship. And that is why your failure to worship and recognize and remember your ancestors or your loved ones that are dead reduces their status in the land of the spirit. Even if they try in as much as possible to increase their status by possessing people in the family, by trying to morph into the land of the spirit, by taking the face of a newborn baby, remembrance is very paramount. And choose who to remember. Be careful of the ancestors you pour libation for, because there are some in the land of the dead, in the land of the spirit. There is no land of the dead. There is only a land of the dead. There is no land that is dead. It's either the land of the spirit or the land of the living. In the land of the spirit, your ancestor may just be a slave or a king or a priest or a priestess. Let me tell you, whoever that recognizes his or her ancestors, whose ancestor that is in a higher rank in the land of the spirit, such family they do not experience backwardness. Let me tell you. You can say we have a lot of rich people in different religions, but when you go and meet these rich men, they will tell you they secretly worship their ancestors. They do worship their ancestors. So my admonition to you this day, die well. Don't die carelessly. Recognize the spirit of the land you stay. You live in Ajah and you think because you are a Christian, you can desecrate the land of Ajah. You will collect them and they will kill you. And Ajah spirituality, Ajah goddess, Ajah gods, Ajah ancestors, they will raise an altar against you. They will raise a judgment against you. And they will tell the ancient waters, she kicked against us. We gave her our land to flourish, but he desecrated the land. She has to pay. Some of you, your ancestors have been paying debt for the past 1,000 years. They've not paid back. Look at your family. How is it? It's because your ancestors in the land of the spirit are slaves and not kings. You can change that factor. You can change that story by leading a good life, leading a life of great destiny, and be careful of the things you know nothing about. What you don't understand is bigger than you. People can be punished for dying carelessly. Thank you.